Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. Haven't had a video for a few days, but I am busy knitting this one for my friend. You know, I told her I wasn't doing any orders. It's like talk to myself. You know, where she lives, everyone seems to be expecting babies. Women are expecting babies, grandparents are expecting grandkids, and she's always knitting for somebody or other. Must be where she lives, there just seem to be a lot of babies going to be born, because I've done quite a few for her. But she asked me for this one. She said she was asked to do 3. A white one, a lemon one, and a pale green one, I think she said. She says, you do the white one, you do the white one. I says, I wasn't doing any orders, and I says, I'm trying to knit things myself. I says, I'm trying to knit a cardigan for myself. I'm trying to do a tutorial for it. I says, I've got another one, a baby one, I'm trying to do a tutorial for. I says, I'm trying to knit little ones to finish off some of my patterns in my books. She says, oh, it's just one? Just want one? So I'm doing that one for her. So she says it's white, and I says, well, is it going to be for a girl or a boy? So I'll know what kind of pattern to do. She says, they don't know. They don't want to know till it's born. I says, oh well, I says, I'll just pick something that's suitable for both then. But I says, well, what side am I going to put the buttons on then? Oh, just put them on whatever side you want. So that's what I'm doing. Well, one I didn't want to do, but I'm doing. And I'll finish this row and I'll show you how much I've done. It's that one, so I've done the front, the back, and one of the fronts. I'm on to the second front at the moment, so I'm doing the garter and drop stitch one, which is what I'm doing in this little lemon one up here that I'm trying to do a tutorial on. But that was my friend. I hate knitting for her because she harasses me something rotten when I'm knitting. She asked me on, I think it was Friday, and I was in the middle of doing something else. I think it was Friday, it could have been Saturday, I can't remember what day it was actually. But she's already asked me before I had started knitting it. I think it was the next day, have you started my cardigan? No, I bloody haven't started your cardigan. I said, there's no rush, the baby's not born yet. And then we were knitting at her on Monday. Have you started my cardigan? I was in the middle of the back. I took the back with me. I says, yes, I've started your blooming cardigan. I get so annoyed with her. She thinks she is the only one that I ever knit for. But I wasn't doing orders. I didn't want to do any orders at the moment. I want to knit things. I've got lots of patterns in my book that I just need to do 1 or 2 sizes on, that I can get the patterns out for PDFs, you know, finish knitting them, and I can write the PDF out and then get the pattern out for testing and everything. But, you know, it doesn't matter what I do, I never end up doing that. And I was in the middle of that one, but I have a lot of working out to do on this one because I've never knitted this pattern before, and I found 1 or 2 things I need to change when I'm doing it. So I'm probably going to knit this one and then knit another one again and change some of the instructions, because when I start with a certain stitch I end with a certain stitch, that same stitch. But you can't do that with this pattern because you are making 3 stitches out of 1 stitch and taking away 2 stitches on another stitch. So if I start with the same stitches, I get the instructions wrong. So I have to work that one out again. And then before my friend messaged me, I had sorted this one. This is another one. I've done 1 or 2 sizes, but I thought I'll just do the first size again in this one, just to make sure I have the stitches right. At least if I start knitting from my own instructions that I have written down, I can find out if I've made a mistake anyway. So I've done the back, and that was in the middle of that one when my friend asked me to do that white one. So anyway, this is a one. It's a mock rib. It's just 1 by 1 rib, but it's also reversible. You can have it on that side if you want it on that side, but I'm doing it on that side for the moment, and I will finish that one off when I finish that one for my friend, if I don't murder her first. So I'm doing that one. And I haven't had time to do any more. I've left that one off. That's the back, and I've left off at the armholes for to do. I've done a tutorial from here up to once I start the armholes to do the shaping, so I haven't had time to do any more of that one. I haven't had time to do any more of my own either. But I'm putting that one down there for now and just knitting this one. But I have almost finished this thing on here. I just have the pocket on the front to do. There's a pocket on the front that's going up to about here, and I've already got my circular needles in. I'm putting the small circular needles here. There are some that's not as long, you know, these ones like what I'm using, and some longer ones, so you can see the different lengths. So I'm keeping the short ones here and the long ones on that side, so I don't have to keep taking them out to see which are the long ones and which are the short ones, because that's what I'm working with at the moment, the short ones. When I'm doing little ones, I work with the short ones. So it's coming in handy. It'll probably be tomorrow morning when I'm doing my crochet. I'll probably get it finished for then. But I've also got pocket in the front, and I've got my extra pair of glasses, those cheap ones. I do need my eyes testing for close-up. I'm okay for long vision, but for the close-up, so I've just put them in there because I'm always losing them, and I do need them when I'm on my computer because I don't have to get so close to the computer. So that's what's handy for putting in there. And I've got hooks stuck in there. You probably can't see them from there, with pencils inside as well. They come in handy for a lot of things. And the bit across the front here will be for to put my patterns and bits of papers and things in. So I'm just doing what I can of this to get this one finished for my friend, hopefully today sometime, and then I can get on with other things. But I was at my knitting at her on Monday, and there was a new lady had came last week. We thought she'd come back this week, but she hasn't. So there's still only 5 of us there. But I think I've worked out why we don't get people. We do get people come, but they don't always come back again. Most of them haven't come back again. And I think it's because we don't do charity. The lady that was here last week, she did ask if we did things for charity. And I think that's what a lot of people do and go to Knit and Natter. They like to do the things for charity. And we don't have, I don't know of any way to take any charity stuff. The only one who does anything like that is Shirley, and she does little baby hats and just tiny little cardigans, because her granddaughter who lives in the pub with her husband runs the pub that we go to, and she is Shirley's granddaughter. She is a nurse in the Freeman Hospital, and she takes all the little hats in that Shirley does, and the little cardigans in for the babies, for the baby ward place. And I think that's the problem why we aren't getting people that don't come back, because they only want to be in groups where they're knitting for charity, and the rest of us, like I knit for what I sell, another lady knits for what she sells, and well, my friend knits, I suppose she sells as well, because she's doing them all for friends, so they'll be buying them off her. And Shirley's the only one because she's got nobody else. Well, she could knit. She has great-grandson who's just over a year old. She could be knitting for him, but she's not up to knitting them kind of things. She can only knit little hats and tiny little cardigans. So I don't know of any charity things anywhere. I do, if the only things to do with charity that I do is if I have something that I've made and nobody seems to want to buy it, I'll give it away to one of the neighbours around the door if it'll fit any of their kids. Little cardigans or sweater or anything like that, which doesn't happen very often. But that's the only kind of charity thing I do for. I don't even knit for my great-grandsons because they probably wouldn't be seen dead in what I knit. I think they're more little girls that like the things. Little boys just seem to want those zipped up top things and things like that. So I doubt we're going to get anybody else to do our knitting at her unless... And when I'm saying I don't know of anywhere to go with any charity stuff. If anyone was knitting, they'd have to find places herself to take it to. But I'm not bothered. We always have a good couple of hours on a Monday. Plenty to talk about, and as usual, I never got much of my knitting done. I ended up putting my friend Anne's right for her. She'd done a rib. All she was doing was a rib on something, and she dropped a stitch. I don't know how she drops a stitch, but she had knitted about 3 rows afterwards, and there was this great big loop sticking out in the back of her knitting. So I had to sort that out for her, and she said, I'm going to have to take it all out down to that loop. I said, just give us it here, and I said, I'll work it out for you. And I worked it out where it had dropped it from and managed to pick it up for her. And then just talking about other things that we do in knitting, and just offering any other advice, we do with each other, if anything we're doing, and that. We'll have a bit of a laugh with Molly, Shirley as well, because when they knit, when I knit anything, I knit every piece separate. But Shirley and Molly both knit the fronts together, and the same with the sleeves. They have them both on the same needle, and they're working like with 2 separate balls of wool for each part. They laugh at me because I do everything separate. I says, I prefer to do things separate. I says, you like to do them that way. I like to do something and finish it, not 2 things together. So we have a laugh, about things like that, the way we do different things. We always have a good couple of hours. And I have a card somewhere. Where is it? And I got your card and your payment, Pat, so thank you very much. And not to worry, there was more than enough to pay for what you bought. So that's a lovely card off Pat. It just says thanks so much on the front. Some lovely flowers there. And talking about my knitting patterns, I told you all that I had to put my prices up because of the Royal Mail and their 2nd class postage and that. So I have had to put the price up to include the price of a 1st class stamp, and I have not sold many patterns since. Not paper ones. I sell the PDFs because they don't have to be posted out or anything. They just go straight into people's emails. But because of that, I know I'm probably not going to sell as many patterns. and I can't work out. I would put on eBay, they are £3.40. That's what I get on eBay. I get £3.40. Now £1.80 of that is the postage, and there's also the envelope and everything else, you know, the printing and everything included. And I think with eBay ads, the buyer protection probably costs you about £3.70 something for one of my patterns, and it's the same on Etsy. I put the price to match what you pay on Etsy, the same as what you pay on eBay, but I don't get as much from Etsy because they take their fee and all that out of that money. So I'll probably be lucky if I get £2 from for my, or £3 now because of the extra postage. But if anyone wants to order direct from me, my emails in all of my channels, you just need to look on the thing. If anyone wants to, because that postage, that £1.80 is on every single pattern, which I can't work out on eBay how to put things up, so that you can pick how many you want and get at a cheaper price and all that. I can't work out how to do that on eBay. So if you want to order directly from me, if you order more than one pattern, I will deduct that £1.80 off every second, third pattern, or however many patterns. The first pattern you would pay that postage, the £1.80, but every pattern after that will only cost you £1.60, because that's without the £1.80 postage on every one, because I can get up to 6 patterns in one envelope, and it only costs £1.80 for to send all those out. So if anyone wants to do that and order directly from me, you'll get your patterns a lot cheaper that way. So the first one will cost you £3.40. That's what I actually charge myself, not the shop. That would be £3.40, and every pattern after that you'd only pay £1.60 for. So if anyone wants to do that, just look for my email. It's on all of my channels, all my 4 channels. It's all on there. You just need to look on the information and you find the email, send me an email and tell me which patterns you want, and I will send them out like that to you, a lot cheaper than buying them off eBay or Etsy. If you want more than, that is if you want more than one pattern, but if you only want the one pattern, you might as well just get them off eBay or Etsy. Well, I prefer eBay if you can, possibly. So that's just a little bit info if anyone likes my patterns but doesn't like the price at the moment. But I'm very sorry, but there's nothing else I can do, because the second class postage is just utter crap. Actually, they're just taking too long to deliver, and the way they are delivering, they're not delivering every day, they're only, it's all alternate days really. That's the way they're delivering now, and no Saturdays at all. So that's my little bit for today. Catch up with you all, because you haven't had a video for a few days. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll let you know anything else any other time. So bye for now.